Welcome to Water Cooler Talk, Self-Quarantine Edition. In this episode, we cover topics like stress, digital detoxing, sunshine and daily walks, the revival of the art of homemaking, and more.
I'm Sienna.
And I'm Toast.
We've been partners in life, love, and music since 2001, and we believe life is best lived as a love story, your love story.
After all, to love well is to live well. For more, check out siennaandtoast.com. But for now, here's this episode.
Oh my God, I just burned my top lip.
With coffee?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is hot coffee. Don't sue yourself.
You know,
You remember when that happened?
Yes. One of my peeves is lukewarm, is coffee that gets too cold too fast. I don't like that. And I take so long drinking it that's going to happen.
Well, that's why you have this
Thermal
tumbler that is, how old is this by now?
I don't know.
I
hope it's not leaching things and poisoning
No, I
me
think it's stainless
to a slow
steel.
death.
No, I think it's stainless
Okay.
steel and it's very safe. Apologies, you will be hearing the essential
that?
workers
Garbage
who
truck?
who are taking care of sanitation and trash issues in our communities, and
Should we just...
a big salute to them.
Should we take a... Or no?
No.
Okay,
It's
we're
part,
going to
it's part
let
of
it
life.
go.
Everybody
That is
knows
life.
the trash trucks and, the essential workers.
Yes. Thank you to the essential workers.
Yeah, like even dropping off our mail at the UPS store and wherever, USPS. It's like, guys, thank you for staying open.
You know, I am concerned, though, about our UPS guy at the UPS store.
Exactly.
Because he cannot wear a mask because he can't breathe in one. That's what he shared, right?
That's what he said. Because when
That's what makes me worry about him.
when I
he
went,
needs a mask.
I went to drop off a bunch of boxes and packages, and he wasn't wearing a
And
mask.
you were gonna give
so
him a
I
mask.
asked him. Yeah, I asked him. I says, "Do you need a mask? Because we have some homemade ones. I thought we could bring one the next time." But he shared that he does have one, but he decides not to wear it because he has a hard time breathing. So
He might need
don't know.
an N95 one, though.
maybe I didn't
Because
get.
there's room, right? You have that
Maybe
space.
it's not smashing your nose down.
right.
I don't know. I didn't get any more information than that.
But I worry about him because
No,
he's like right there
Right,
at the
he's-
counter
Exactly. He's
Without a
interacting
mask.
with the public all day.
closely. Okay, today is Friday morning,
Oh, yes, that's right. I
early
forgot
Friday morning.
to say.
It is May 8th, and today marks day 57 in self-quarantine. Day 57 for our self-quarantining life.
Self-isolating.
Okay, so we were thinking, we have a bunch of different topics that we thought we would cover in our podcast. We keep a sheet of, hey, we can talk about this might be helpful, maybe that. But today we thought, let's just do a check-in.
And leave it open and
You
kind
know?
of solicit responses.
Yeah, I mean, this
From
is
listeners.
a time when it would be nice to see our viewers.
To have a Zoom call with our
Not
viewers.
our viewers, our listeners.
I mean, listeners.
To see our listeners, to be able to say, hey, how are you? And
Just to hang out in real time.
Yeah, to do that. And I know that some of our listeners, we keep in touch regularly, either through comments or messages on Instagram or comments on Instagram. And we totally appreciate that because it's nice to get to know you in these ways. So how are you all doing? We want to know. Comment on the blog for this episode. Reach out to us on Instagram.
Or even
comment
Twitter.
on our posts. Oh, yeah. Toast is on Twitter.
Yeah.
So you can also contact us through Twitter. But we really, really want to know. And we want to know also what would be helpful for you. What has been challenging, especially challenging during this time? What's been really working, maybe too, that we can share with other listeners. So please check in.
I had a recent DM conversation with one of our listeners, and they shared how they've been taking daily walks to, and that's been nice to be able to do that and spend more time together, even though it's one end of the stick, where the other end was the stress and uncertainty of
job
situations and stuff. And hey, man, I raise my hand and say, me too. It's like, I have to be real and say that, the financial and the physical, right, health, the uncertainty surrounding those things, the sense of vulnerability and the unknown factor in terms of all of that stuff, right? Like, how contagious is it? And how do you get it? And it's mutating now. And we don't know what's going to happen with the economy and all that. It's like, that's a lot of stress. So I am so grateful that we do have the other end of the stick, which is being able to go on, for example, just a simple daily walk, because that helps.
Yeah.
And for us, it's interesting how at the beginning of the start of this pandemic and the shutdowns were spreading across the U.S., for cities, and then states were doing the lockdowns and stuff. And I totally overdosed on digital media, right? Checking the news and checking everything.
Yeah, we talked about that a lot on the podcast.
Yeah. And then more recently, and I'm talking within the past week, we have made, and it has taken a conscious, deliberate effort to keep the TV off during dinner. But it's been nice.
You know what I've been finding with that habit?
What?
Because it's actually been 2 weeks now. This is our second week of making that effort, or noticing, being awake to that. I have felt definitely more calm going to sleep. My mind isn't racing as much. And I think it's just the effect of whatever is being emitted electronically.
The blue light from the screen.
Because even if it's something hilarious that we're laughing and enjoying on the television, and then later going to bed, it doesn't matter what it is, I think, because
even if it's a relaxing video.
With it just being off, I feel like my mind hasn't been racing, and it's easier to fall asleep.
That is so cool.
And I was surprised by that. Like I went, wow, I've been able to fall asleep with more ease. Like my body feels more at peace. So
pretty amazing. Like the just the physiological aspect of it, right?
And yet I don't feel like, I never thought that there was such a physical, impact from watching TV. I mean, I know there is.
Right, it's that
but
difference
as far as
of
feeling it, like,
exactly.
Wow, I'm so exhausted. I watched TV, or whatever. Like,
right, I watched the news.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe some people can feel that, but so I really have been, appreciating that. And in fact, in general, I've been watching way less TV, and I love TV.
Right.
So,
but that's why.
Good.
But that's why it takes a deliberate effort to to refrain.
Yeah. Am I watching it for the love of a certain program, or am I watching it to tune out and numb?
Yeah. Right.
Or both. Right? That's where it's tricky. It's like, oh, this is just my favorite show. Right? So let's watch 3 episodes in a row. Maybe not. And Penny Dreadful, the new season of Penny Dreadful is on, and you folks don't understand. Or maybe you do if you know the past Penny Dreadful. But anyways, I didn't know.
What about Killing Eve?
Killing Eve.
That's another
one.
Where I
Killing
mentioned
Eve is so good.
I mentioned it to you, like, I thought
Yeah,
I
and I
saw
died.
it on Twitter or something. I was like, I think killing Eve. And you were like, what? Wait, stop everything. I didn't know it meant so much to you. But
then we go into portrayal of lesbian,
it's like, of course, the lesbian has to be a weirdo.
a killer.
Thanks.
Yeah. A killer.
Thanks. Just like the Asian person needs to be a totally socially awkward person. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need better
I
PR.
still love that show. I still love that show. What were you saying? I don't remember. Okay, well, I will share that. So we were talking about walks. Mm-hmm, so my challenge, like I love, like I think in one of our podcasts we said, oh, we found a bridge that led to this little forest, that led to this trail, that led to this creek, and all this kind of stuff. Okay, well, I have not been out since. And that sounds horrendous, especially when great nature, pure nature is right in arm's reach.
10 minutes away.
But I got to tell you guys, okay, so it's change. Obviously, the change of season in Portland can truly be felt. It's not like Hawaii. It's not like California. And it has been, the sun has been blazing so much. Like, and I don't know, and people don't really know this about me, but sunshine can make me angry. I know that sounds horrible because it has vitamin D that's supposed to make you happy. But I'm talking about that. And it often coincides with the certain time of day. Where the sun is glaring and blazing, it just feels like too much for me. Like it's just,
it feels rude.
It. Yes, it feels intrusive. So I'm having a challenge.
At you.
Yeah, I'm having a challenge finding time, or actually making time for that ideal period where the sun isn't just doing that, you know?
Yeah. Where it has to go through more of the atmosphere. So it kind of is like a tissue. So it's like a diffuse, right? Thing.
Yeah, because it's too much. And then I'll have a headache and it's just too much. It's too much. So I'm looking for that time, and that'll be my next challenge, you know, my next thing to create.
Your next project.
A morning walk routine. I think that would be very pleasant.
Yes, I think it would be a health boost. I wonder how many other people have the same kind of reaction to the sun when it can be rude, you know, glaring like that. Because I know what you mean. I don't feel like I have the same reaction, only because I think I'm just less sensitive in general. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure other people, especially more sensitive, empathic type of
maybe
people.
And that's why too, I think I do have to finally give in to like a baseball cap. Like I don't like wearing hats because it's like, it feels hot. And I feel like, honestly, this is going to sound so crazy.
Okay.
But I feel like my antennas are compromised.
Well,
like
there we
I'm
go
like,
again
I
with the
can't
sensitivity
feel with this hat on.
Yeah.
I can't, you know. But I think I'm going to have to do that. That and sunglasses. I bet people are like, yeah.
How do you feel?
That's why you're angry at the sun.
How do you feel with sunglasses? Do you feel the same kind of like your antennas are cut off or your vision's cut off?
Well, then if I wear sunglasses, I need to have my contacts in. Because I don't
and that's a problem?
I don't know where my prescription sunglasses are.
Okay.
It's a problem because my eyes have been really dry.
Oh.
And so it's not as comfortable.
Oh, okay. Oh,
anyways,
geez.
this is, I don't know. This is not necessarily a COVID situation, right?
Oh, no, not
it's
at
like,
all.
This is just my normal life where I get angry at the sun.
Yeah.
Okay. I love the sun.
Let's get.
I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it only makes life possible on Earth,
Yes.
so we do love it. Yeah.
Just sometimes I get angry.
What
on
else?
a positive note,
Yes.
on a positive
Share
note,
with us
I
on a
will share
positive
that I have been receiving a ton of recipes from people
For cakes?
texting cake recipes.
Thanks. See, they listened to the last episode and they got so excited.
Yes.
About you baking a cake.
And so now I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know which one to make. But I did make sure that we pretty much had all the ingredients we needed. We just needed a little more coconut oil. And for this most recent cake recipe, it actually has white chocolate, but it's not a white chocolate cake. So now I have a ton of recipes to choose from, grain-free. So we'll see. But that's been very exciting to see all the recipes.
And I bet a lot of other people are doing more
in recipes,
baking and home cooking and all that. So that's part of the how are we all doing? Mm-hmm. It's going to be a forced renaissance of homemaking.
Yes.
The arts involved
and
with homemaking,
nice
right?
to bring
Sewing.
that back, right? To bring that back.
Yes.
I remember when I was in, when I started high school, I was excited about taking what some of you might remember as home ec.
Home economics.
Like, oh, I'm excited to take that. And then they discontinued it.
See, I had the opportunity to take home economics in one semester. I think this is how it worked. One semester was home economics, and the other semester was shop.
I think that's so great. And I think that what I have been noticing as a positive turn during this time is that people are coming back to making things and doing things from scratch. And I love that, because when you are doing that, there's more intention that goes into things. You're thinking of the person while you're making a certain thing, whether you're baking, cooking, or creating a present for them, or sewing. You know, even our good friend who sewed all those masks and sent us those masks, right?
Yeah, her homemade masks.
I mean, those are the best gifts.
There's so much more
Unless
a
it's
sense.
food.
There's such a sense of humanity in it. And I
love it. You bring so much of yourself when you're creating something.
Right.
And people are doing that more because of this.
And I think we're being driven to it because, well, for, financial reasons, but also we're at home. So we're not going to be like going to the mall and going to the store in person to browse around and shop for something.
I get for somebody?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. And then also too, I think this has forced us to kind of take stock and reprioritize and realize that, okay, yeah, I'm going to invest more time and treat my relationships with more intention.
Yeah.
And I think all three of those forces kind of combine to, have this renaissance of making things and having that in itself be 99% of the gift. The meaning of the gift is like, I made this.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Those are so special. And I've really been, what is that called? Like, not documenting, but keeping things together with the note that it comes with. So that, because I don't know, years from now, am I going to remember?
Yeah, what is this? Who is this little statue from? Where did this come from?
Yeah, so I want to keep the note. I feel like it's so special, to treasure those things. And in fact, I had one aunt say, "Oh, I'm not doing what I normally do for you for your birthday, because in case you have to exchange or return something, I don't want you to have to endanger your life going to the stores." So
or
she
anybody
said,
else's.
So I'm making all your presents. And I was just like, I love made things.
That makes it even better.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So speaking of birthdays, I will say that just the other day, I was so excited because a birthday gift came. And I bet our listeners would never guess what I got. Like, never.
Are you going to tell us? Oh, and just for context.
It's not a guessable
just for context, we are recording this the day before Sienna's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
But it will be released after Sienna's birthday.
Oh, yes.
So it's kind of weird timing.
Okay, yeah,
but
so.
anyways,
What I received.
You will never guess. So Sienna will just tell you, since you'll never guess.
I got
A box of.
a box of organic papaya from Maui. Strawberry papaya.
Oh, doesn't it make you
Oh my
so
God.
homesick?
What is that? Like, that's... It's not only useful, it's like, oh my... I mean, I love fruit. So it's like such a great, yummy, exciting gift.
Yeah. It's from Mother Nature,
And it's
too.
useful. You know, it's really useful. Like, you're gonna... Like, especially now during
'cause you
quarantine,
eat
right?
it.
When you receive food, it's like, thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then I was worried because Toast and I we have a pantry in the house, but because of the stock up nature of this time, we have been using a section of the garage, this table and this shelf, to put more pantry items there. And we also have designated another part of the garage for receiving things. So when things come to the door, deliveries, we bring them immediately into this one part of the garage. We let the virus die off. And then
we let a day, several days go by.
Yes, and then we wipe things down, and so we have our whole process. But I gotta say, like, the pantry is looking kind of crazy.
It's time to reorganize.
Crazy. Yes,
it's entropy. Like if you
Yes.
don't deliberately organize,
and
that's what happens.
And I have been worried about because there's food in the garage. I have been so worried about mice coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
Because
good that you worry about that.
They can come in through the door,
I
right?
know.
No,
yeah.
can they? I keep asking you because I
think
want to
they
hear
can.
you tell me no.
No,
but you keep
I'm
telling
sorry.
me yes.
I'm sorry. I think yes, absolutely. I think they can.
And I just
but that's
have
why.
trauma,
But
'cause
that's
that time.
But that's why we don't leave any open kind of food in there.
But they can still smell it.
No, not if it's in a canned. Not if it's in a
But
canned
what about
good
the
or a
packaged
sealed
coconut
up.
flour? The packaged
No, I think
coconut milk powder.
I think those are fine because they're all completely sealed up.
But can't they sniff it and go, and then work to open the bag?
I would have
Because
to
they eat
ask
anything.
a mouse.
Okay.
I don't
know.
think they can do that.
I'm just worried they're going to
unless-
come into the house.
I don't think they can do that unless the bag is actually punctured. And
I bet
We've been
someone's going to
okay.
comment and say, no, they can open the bag.
but the point is, we realized
I don't know the point.
we cannot leave the papayas down there.
Oh, right.
Because
Yes.
those were not sealed up. So
Right.
last night
They can come in and eat a papaya.
I scurried
Yes.
down the stairs and I brought the box of papayas up. So the papayas are safe.
And we're safe from the mice.
Yes. All love to the mice, but they have their food out there.
All right.
Okay.
So,
Thanks for hanging out with us at the water cooler, the virtual water cooler of our virtual group office here.
we really do want to hear from you and hear how you folks are doing. So please don't hesitate to message us, comment on the blog, reach out to us on Instagram or Twitter. We would love to hear from you. And, we want to know too, like what would be helpful for you right now, but also if you have stuff to share, like what you've been doing that's really been working for you to keep spirits up, share with us.
Yeah.
We would love that. And
The realizations, the learnings,
Yeah.
the wins, whether they're big or they're small or, yeah.
and we absolutely know that our listeners tend to be more private.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
we
also fine too.
respect that.
That is also fine too.
So just email us then. Don't say it all in public. You can just email us. But we're nosy. No.
We just want to know how you're doing.
info@sienatoast.com. Seriously, if you would like to email us, that's our email. Okay. I guess
And I do want to address that we have heard one of our listeners did make a great suggestion of what could be needed. And she was thinking a certain type of meditation. So we are working on that.
Oh, yes. Yes. The work continues. Okay. Well, thanks again for joining us. Until next time.
This is Sienna.
And this is Toast, as always, inviting you to come and live your love story.